Okay, so let's draw the stairs in a spiral. So we first on vanishing point perspective. Yeah, so I have these sections for spiral, and now I will place these points which will connect. I talk about these points in the first tutorial, so detailed explanations there. So also for a spiral it's essential to draw ellipse on the bottom and the top, because it will give this tube form, tubular form. Also talk in the first tutorial about this. So you can see this sides of a tube is little farther than this middle line here. And here on the right too. So tube itself like little farther in this situation now. So now having this structure, I start to draw curved line. So it's like I have tube form, I have sections, and I have points, and now I connecting points and like following surface of this tube. So this kind of ascending spring, ascending spiral line. Again, because point of my tutorials is to for practical use for artists, so yeah, when it's freehand, you leave yourself some space for like minor falses. and so later you can just eyeball in it, make some corrections. Important to understand logic. Because if you will try to, from beginning, without like avoiding structure, you will start to draw spiral, trying to eyeball this like spiral in a perspective, you will definitely make it completely wrong. But with a structure, it's a strong foundation for your freehand drawing. So it doesn't mean like a structure will give you like 100% guarantee of correct lines, but it's give you understanding of kind of this situation, so you can correct it during drawing freehand. So like here, I see I can like a little adjust, because it's definitely some small failure with the measurement, because again it's all freehand measurement. Okay, so and now I want to draw like a core in the center, so it's like pillar or whale, maybe it's like a, you know, this hole in the center. So first I draw this ellipses again on the top and bottom ellipses, connect them, so it creates like this tube inside tube. And now again I need to make this point, so it will be like let's go. To make a ribbon, kind of, instead of just curved line, it will be ribbon spring, ribbon spiral. So we have this, for example, point here. So I project it on. So I project on these points from outside of, like on a wall of a tube. I project it on a wall of an inner tube. So now I will draw this smaller spiral on the wall of this inner tube. So it's kind of following same logic. So if like we look from the top, before it was 4 points like this. If we look from side, it was yeah, spiral. So from the side I look like this. So this is like spiral on the sides of this tube. You see? So now we have smaller tube here. So I need to find point which is on this smaller tube, and by projecting these points from outside tube, and it will be like this, like a short lines here, right? So if I show it here to look like this, so here's this 4 points, and here. So it gives us this ribbon movement, and I need to do this for every section here. And like with a bigger tube, these lines and these points, they're also leaning on the tube, but smaller size. It's kind of idea. So and this is also interesting thing here. It's like what we're looking at. And here, like when I look at it, I look on a form of a ribbon, but also I look on this curved line on the surface of the smaller pipe. So it helped me to make sure they're like properly aligned. So it looks correct for a ribbon, and it looks correct for a structure of this pipe. And this kind of especially became essential when you freehand drawing in an actual like illustration situation. When you need this kind of shape, but you don't have time, or you don't want to measure anything. It's just freehand loose sketch. Maybe sometimes it's like, like a loose sketch, like I don't know, like storyboard or something. So it may be some elements there, some form composition with a like spiral movement. And you know that this like, now you know how to build spiral in perspective, which elements should be present. Also, you know kind of like where to kind of guide your attention, like where to look at to check accuracy. So instead of sitting with the ruler, you can just like check, sorry, check this kind of visual elements, some kind of aesthetical look. Is it look right? Like when I draw this spiral on a smaller tube, is this look right for this tube? If I draw a ribbon, like this look right, like a ribbon feels drawn correctly. Like it's not like weird uh, distortions kind of. Okay, so this, let me make different colors so it will be more clear. Okay, so ribbon start here. It goes up here. It goes here. Okay, now let's add steps for the stairs. So we just need to make more subdivisions. Now if here we have only 4 subdivisions, we can also add this like 45 angle by connecting corners to center. Right? So this will be okay. And like divide each on a half, also connect to center. So I think this will be enough. Parts for steps. Now have these points on an ellipse, and we can all then project to up. So here. Wait, here. So again, you see, it's a danger to confuse here ellipse with this beginning and end. That's why we need it clear. Have a flat ellipse on the surface, on the bottom and the top, and we have these points which will project. Okay, so so we have to like couple this element. So well, maybe I draw here more, for example. Let's show. So we have ellipse on the surface. We have ellipse on the top. And let's make two, like two floors here. So if this points, and we draw spiral. Here's this kind of tricky spiral. Multiple axis. So yeah, also like previously, we draw this center and projecting points. So we have this point here projecting like this. We have this point here projecting here. We have this point here project here, and the rest of them It's because this is surface here, right? And this spiral going here and behind this tube. So it's making touch here of this side of the inner tube and going already the other side. So it's making two. And let's cross here. Yes. This would adjust here. So we have already this thing. We have this. And now add more subdivisions. Okay, so now on the ellipses, you have this points for each step, for each thread on the stairs. So, and here what we do, like in a simple stairs, like there is horizontal surface and diagonal line of direction of the steps of the threads, right? And there is vertical direction. So we combine this vertical and horizontal. So like until it intersects with a diagonal line. So again, vertical and horizontal, vertical, horizontal. So this horizontal surface of a thread where it can put our feet, right? So same do happen here, only with ellipse, not like a square surface. So with ellipse, it's like we need to follow this ground and top ellipse direction to show this. So for example, here from this point I make vertical lines parallel to this vertical axis here, and then I follow a curvature of ellipse on the ground from this point, you see? So this I have this thread. Same here, curvature on the right. What's this? So we drop this, project these points here, and we see making this kind of zigzag line. You see? So this surface of the stairs of the threads, they're parallel to ellipse on the top and bottom. Or if we have this perspective situation, I need to follow, kind of see like ellipse in each rectangle which is close to this situation, right? So if I will draw every time, it will be too many lines, it will be total confusion. But I can see this squares in perspective, and I can imagine what kind of ellipse here. So I can see ellipse without like ascending direction, without this kind of spring direction. Less like ellipse parallel to ground. Yeah. Yeah. And also these lines also give us directions for these lines on the stairs. Okay, so now let's do it here. So let's do it here. So projecting point, but also this aligned direction. Point, point. So it has this direction here. So, and again, like I say, it's very complex, but in actual drawing, like often in a freehand drawing, like outdoors in sketching or some loose sketch, it's not necessary to be very precise. Will be enough just to follow structure and don't make like critical failures when things like definitely out of place, So we can see when literate artist draw loose, so he know what he draw, but he being like quick. And we can see when loose drawing have mistakes resulted by lack of knowledge, lack of understanding. So now having this on the base, I will able to project all this thing to the top. Так, let me just also make sure this one correct.
Cities next to tunnels, that's where I reside. Unleashing creativity, let it off the line. Dynamite can't be contained or controlled. With every stroke of my pen, the story unfolds. CSE, I'm a parallel ready to explore. CST, watch me go, I'll steal the show. CST, ain't no stopping me, I'm on a roll. Let me guide your hand and together we'll reach our goal. Time to trouble your mind for puzzles. Explore and improve, ain't no time for a muzzle. 'Cause I'm a power load ready to ignite. I'm the spark that'll shine, I'll take you to new heights. See, sketch tutorials, that's where I reside. Release some creativity, let it off the line. Dynamite can't be contained or controlled. With every stroke of my pen, the story unfolds. CST.
So kind of this try to make it as simple as possible and less intimidated as possible. Yeah, and anyway, like most important is like this principles and sequence, which I demonstrate. And just given it more time, you can draw like super accurate, complex stairs, like using more like trace paper, maybe drawing digitally also will give you like more opportunity for accuracy. But all rules is here. Okay, and now stairs from like bird view or like over the top view. Same like spiral stairs, a little curelinear perspective. So, like I said before, there is actual kind of situation when you draw picture. You can choose in which sequence you work and which elements you might avoid if you don't want. So here I go and draw, start from sections. So I'm not drawing box for tube, I'm making sections. And I don't draw ellipses. So I will just directly draw these sections now. I can use this middle line to measure this perspective diminution. Okay, and like before, so let's do these points. So here we'll look about middle here, here's quarter, again here, then this high quarter, middle, low quarter, quarter, middle, low quarter, okay, so now connect. So here this spiral goes down, and like before, I make like a slide. It's like a ribbon or slide without steps first. So here I use like this here, right, as a top plane, top surface. So on this top surface, from each point, I choose distance. So to try and maintain same range, kind of this. Yeah. So and I project this points to all curve on this following down. So here on the top is directly here. Here this line is moving down here, right? So then I draw parallel until it intersects with this. And do for every this here like this. Here this. This. So now I connect this inner points and it will get me will give me this ribbon or slide, spiral slide. So, moving down. And I already will see this overlap and how this top closer to us is covering a lot of this bottom. So this point here. This point. Like at this moment, it's still important to see all this through, so I can see it. Так, let's go. Solid track, slide direction. Okay, and now like before I find like this line for each thread on the stairs, and I will just eyeball on it. So I find how many steps I want it to be, and let's say I will just, for easier demonstration, I will just divide them 4 threads. So it will be like half and half and quarters. So here. Half and quarters, half and quarters. Half quarters, half and quarters, quarters here. And I can start to draw. So this like will be like a regional ellipse without moving down, right? So it's like here. So again, like I don't want to be too complicated. Here I will follow these rules. So this like y-axis going to vanishing point here, and this z-axis like this, and the x-axis it's like this, right? So so like before, if like we draw stairs, y will be like this, and z will be like this, or x depends on situation. So here I just need to make sure from each of this point it will be vertical line following this vanishing point, and each of this line for stairs it will be following this like ellipse shape, if this if I can see this kind of correct ellipse without angle. So basically again it's all about making this zigzag edge over each thread. Again, I think it's like some minor freehand problems. I can just adjust it in the process. Also, like for actual drawing process, I find it also essential to find balance. Don't be stuck too much in the calculation, like making this kind of draft, because in that case, drawing will become too dry. It will be look like some kind of drafts for an architecture project, and lost this like a natural fluidity and like some kind of vibration of natural vibration, you know, like when you make something human made and it's not perfect, it has like some slight minor fallacies. Like lines, like when all lines done with a ruler or in a protractor, it's it just became too like in depth. But when you make with freehand, every line will have this little shake, even like you have very steady arm, because your cannot be perfect. There always will be some um, waving kind of in the line. So we don't want to lose this natural rhythms. maybe I even can make a little more. So, and here again as example, kind of, because it's a freehand idea, it's not project, it's kind of stairs for some illustration. Maybe it's a castle kind of. And here we have this perspective, and I can already, if I want to draw more in this kind of small place, I can just eyeball in it. You don't need to be super precise here. So just draw this zigzag. So now we have like super deep well with this stairs. Walls.
unfolds.